Good morning, everyone. And it really is a lovely morning here in Cartagena, Colombia. I decided to make this video because, as most of you know, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and I specialize in trauma and abuse. And this year I've added ayahuasca retreats to the offerings that I'm providing for my clients. And the reason I've actually done that, I think it's quite a unique offering, is because of my own experiences of ayahuasca and using ayahuasca combined with hypnotherapy in a very particular way to help me in my own personal development and healing journey. And as part of that, one of the things I've thought about a little while ago, I recorded in a journal. I recorded all of my ayahuasca journeys. I did 7 last year, and I've recorded them all. And I thought it would be a really good idea, as I'm going to be offering ayahuasca as part of the experience that people can have with me. I thought it would be really good if I let you know about my ayahuasca experiences and what actually happened. So I'm going to start with my first one, which was really quite amazing. It was very gentle, and I couldn't have told you what the result and the impact was going to be, but this is what actually happened. So how did I actually get into ayahuasca? Well, that was very interesting in itself because that came out of the blue. So I actually have a really good friend. Her name is Jamie Watts, and she's in Australia. Fantastic if you want to connect with her. And she had been talking to me about ayahuasca and plant medicine and things for a couple of years because that's the work that she does, or a very big part of it. And really it just hadn't, I'd kind of taken an interest because she's my friend, but it hadn't meant anything to me. And then last December, so December 2019, she and I, it was in Western Australia. It was one Friday night. It was very hot. I remember we're sitting outside, little summer tops on. It was really, really hot. And she was talking to me about an ayahuasca ceremony, an ayahuasca retreat that she was setting up for 2020. Obviously, we're now in January 21, just to give that some context. So she was talking to me, and as she said it, she said ayahuasca, and it's like the word just leapt out at me in a way that it had never done before. And I stopped her dead and I said, this ayahuasca that you've spoken about, can you tell me more about it? And as she started to tell me about it, I kid you not, we're sitting there, it's boiling hot. We were outside, I remember drinking wine, eating pizza, having a really good time, and my whole body got chilled. I went really, really cold, and I can't say I had goosebumps. I had massive goosebumps all over me. And I stopped her dead when she was talking, and I said, Jamie, look what's happened. I've gone freezing cold. I've got these goosebumps all over me. And both at the same time, I said, oh, it must mean I'm meant to be coming. And she kind of grabbed my arm and she said, oh, it means you're meant to be coming. So that was very telling for both of us. But just this chill and the effect that the word had on me. So anyway, I did. I planned and I went to the ayahuasca retreat that Jamie had set up in Peru in the February, actually. So it was very soon afterwards. And I didn't know what to expect. But what I did, and this is something that I'm incorporating into the work that I'm doing very much with the hypnotherapy. What's very, very important is your run-up. And I took my prep very, very seriously. I did the dieta, the diet, where you remove such a lot of stuff. It's very strict, and it's this whole idea of removing the things that you rely on outside of yourself. I did that very strictly, but I was very, very focused on my intention. Why was I going? What was this for me? What was I expecting? What was I hoping for? And just revealing and refreshing and reminding myself of the things that I still needed to heal from, and journaling those and focusing on them. And the difference in the work that I do when I'm running these retreats, I focus with my clients, and we do all this with hypnosis so that you can get very, very clear, very connected, But anyway, that's by the by. So I did all this. I didn't know what to expect. So my first ayahuasca ceremony. Okay, so you drink the medicine. It doesn't taste nice, but that's okay. It's gone in a second. And I really didn't know what to expect. And the way I would describe it, and it's not like this every time, so this is specifically my first ceremony. My first ceremony, it was like walking. I would say that I was walking with ayahuasca. It was if I was wandering down a road with a really good friend who was extremely knowledgeable, knew everything about me, and was prompting me very gently and with so much love and compassion and care and kindness, was prompting me all the time about the things that I needed to pay attention to, the things that weren't right in my life, the people, the behaviors, the actions, so many things, but it was so gentle. And I can only say I was walking with ayahuasca. She was supporting me, holding me, caring for me, but at the same time pointing out all of these things. So it was very gentle. It was very loving, very supportive. And that's all I could really say about that journey. And I probably got to the end of it, the ceremony's a couple of hours, and I probably thought to myself, oh, that was nice, but it wasn't what I was expecting. Okay, this is interesting, because it's all about learning and discovering. And I just went to sleep. And then I woke up the next morning, and this is astonishing. I woke up the next morning, and I know that we were in a retreat center in the middle of nowhere, and it was very quiet. And I woke up very early. It was just getting light. And I thought, that's odd. It's really quiet. I mean, really quiet. It is absolutely silent. And I kind of started to say to myself, now I know we're in a retreat center, but this is really quiet. I can't hear anything. And I started to ask myself, what's missing? Where are all the noises? What's happened? And it was as if I wasn't there. That's how I felt, as if I wasn't there. And I couldn't believe it as I realized that what was silent was the voices and the noises in my head. This is a year ago for me now, so it's almost hard for me to recollect what it was like to have constant chatter in my head. And so many people will be able to relate to this. The chatter that we have that tells us who we should be, what we should be doing, all the things we're doing wrong, the critical and negative things that we say to ourselves, one of the major causes of depression. And as I was lying there, I realized that mine had all gone. There was nothing. There was absolute silence. I couldn't admonish myself, think negatively about myself, bring up these negative thoughts, ideas, perceptions, beliefs, if I tried. There was nothing there. And I remember sharing this in the circle, and I was so peaceful. That's the thing. Because all of this had gone, it wasn't just the voices and the noises. It was the feelings. It was the intensity, the anxiety, the uncertainty, the doubt, the lack of self-confidence, self-esteem. All those things that had been lingering were gone. And I remember sharing this in our circle where we talk about the experience and what it was for us. And I said, I wonder if it will last. I can tell you a year on, and nothing has changed. And what got cured and healed for me that day, that negative chatter, that negative self-talk, all those thoughts and beliefs that were holding me back, they have never come back. I have never ever experienced any of those things in my head since. And that was my first ayahuasca experience. I've had 6 more since then. I had 4 at that particular retreat, and I'll go over those another time, but that was my first one. What a beginning. You cannot imagine how life-changing that was for me, how it changed and shifted my whole perspective and my whole perception of myself, of my life, of other people, the world, all the things that I've now brought into my work, into my hypnotherapy, and the addition of these retreats. It all stems from what happened to me, my experiences, and the positive impact that it's had on my life. Because of course, I now want that for other people. That's why I bring so much to this. That's why I do all the prep, all the follow-up, the integration, because it was so astonishing, so incredible, and so life-changing for me. And that's what I want for you. I'm not saying your experience will be the same as mine. Not all of my journeys have been peaceful like that. They've all had incredible shifts and an amazing impact. But my last one in particular was awful. The journey was awful, but the realizations and the shifts afterwards were amazing. So the journey itself is irrelevant to me. It's all about the result. But I've had 7, and I've had one that was like that, and the others have all been this loving, peaceful, calm, supportive type of journey. So I just thought I'd share that with you so that you understand what the possibilities are, why we do the prep, why we do the focus, why we do the follow-up, but also what ayahuasca is and what is possible when you journey with ayahuasca, when you journey with this amazing friend, this ally that shows you so much more than you could otherwise possibly know. So if you want details of my retreat that's coming up, that I'll post the link below. That's available. That's in Medellin in Colombia, 21st to 27th of February. I'm happy to answer any of your questions, and yeah, I just really hope that helps you to get some insight into what a journey with ayahuasca can be, the impact it's had on my life, the growth in my business, myself. Every aspect of my life has changed in a positive way in the last year because of those journeys and because of the work that I continue to do with hypnotherapy on myself. All right, so I hope that helps you, hope that makes sense, and I hope it piques your interest, not just in ayahuasca, but in the work that I do, combining hypnotherapy and ayahuasca. Okay, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. Bye.